before I go into today's topics, and we're going back to video games today and a few other nerd-related stuff. But today I'm jumping into it. I'm using old PSAs as placeholders for ads. So every 10 minutes, though Google may run their own ads that I have very little control over. But I'm going to go ahead and every 10 minutes, not the beginning or the end, but within the show, you're going to see a fake ad. Just letting you know. Okay, well, not a fake ad, an actual old PSA, but it's still, that's not a notebook. It's still a fake ad. Here we go. Let's see, today's topics. Okay. All right. So I'm just letting you know that every 10 minutes I'm going to get some kind of weird, sadistic kick. The first topic is the Nintendo Switch. And I want to talk about, now we know about its launch lineup and all that jazz, but I want to talk about other things, about what the indies, whatever they call them. Okay, so let's see. Yooka-Laylee, Vroom in the Sky, Flipping Death. Is this game called Rebellion? Wargroove Mixes. No, Wargroove? That's what that's called? Blaster Master Zero? Runner 3? Overcooked? Pocket Rumble? Stardew Valley? SteamWorld Dig 2. I'm looking forward to that one. Dandara, Treasure Knots, and Mutant Muds. And 2 more to look forward to. Escapist 2. Shakedown Hawaii. Another one. Graceful Explosion Machine. I'm not sure. I could have some of these titles wrong. Okay, there's Goner, Kingdom 2 Crowns, and Mr. Shifty. Plus there's other games. So, I think I know what it looks like is Nintendo Switch is going the correct way. It's going in the way where there's actual profit to be had, which is where there's money. Which is surprising because, yeah, that's actually one of my strange positive complaints is there's too many indie titles on Wii U and 3DS. In fact, a lot of them are garbage, but not so much. I mean, yeah, Xbox 360 has these indies, and I've bought a few, and they all stink. There's the difference. A lot of the ones, even the bad ones I bought on Wii U, are good. And a lot of the ones I bought on Xbox 360 are bad. Now, how is that possible? I even had one that I bought. They had, like, the snowman. This is on 360. And they wanted, something like more money or whatever. I don't know what the deal was. So I went ahead and I did whatever I could to pay it all, and it never released new levels or anything like that. I actually enjoyed that game. But as time wore on, I don't want to have anything to do with these indies on Xbox 360. I'm sorry that I ever wasted a cent on them, but you know that is how I feel about it. I'm really sorry I ever wasted a cent. On the other hand, I never felt that way, even from bad games from like RC Maniacs or anything like that. I never felt bad. Yeah, I bought it, I enjoyed it for 10 seconds, but I never felt like I wasted my money. There were games I have downloaded for my iPhone or iPad, or even for free for my Macs, that I felt like I wasted my money. And there were some good ones, like Pac-Man, stuff like that. So the indies have been a real hit and miss. Can't really say what I've bought on Steam or GOG. I don't think there's any indies on Origin. I can check later. I don't want to misrepresent Electronic Arts in any way in that area. I'm still looking forward to Ultra Street Fighter 2. And I'm also looking forward to. Well, I'm not getting 1-2 Switch. I'm getting ARMS. See, I like fighting games, so I'm getting ARMS, but not 1-2 Switch. I'm getting Super Bomberman R because I just love Bomberman. I just do. It's good for critical thinking. Bomberman really is. And what else am I getting here? A lot of these Nindies, as they like to call them, they're looking pretty good to me too. Especially SteamWorld Dig 2 and Shakedown Hawaii, because I really do enjoy SteamWorld Dig and Retro City Rampage. I really do enjoy those two titles a whole lot. But Mario Odyssey, yeah, I do want that. But you know, a lot of the Mario thrill has worn off. Has a lot to do with just. I don't think the games are too easy. I think the games are too stagnant. Super Mario 3D World, come on, it's a mediocre title. It's not Super Mario World. Super Mario 3D Land, on the other hand, that's a good game. I haven't played that in over a year. I think I'll give it a shot. Just play through some of my favorite levels of the game. But with the Switch, I'm not saying a person should go and get it immediately or anything like that. Give it a while. Give it a while. There are some things that I would hope would be integrated into it. Now, I know so far Nintendo said no Netflix, no web browser, but they don't understand how big of a help that has been in my line of work on other things. When I have to show someone something, I can just pull up the Wii U on the TV screen, the browser, and I can easily show it to them by typing it in on the pad. The other systems that have browsers, it's never been that easy, even the original Wii. And that will be a sad loss. And I think they should absolutely have as many video services as possible, like the Xbox 360 does, because some people may only have the Switch as their only thing hooked up, and a Blu-ray player, maybe. It's true. It's true. At the same time, now see what I just said? Maybe Nintendo knows a lot of these Blu-ray players already come with the service. Why have it hooked up? Why have the Switch become one of these? But then it's been a good thing on the original Wii to have Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, and Crunchyroll and Amazon. The five big guys. So, well, I don't know. It's their decision for the Switch. Now, I think that's as far as I can go on the Switch. I want to revisit one topic, but I do want to talk about comic books. I think I said in an earlier episode that I would address comic books. When right now, comic books are dead. They're absolutely dead. They're boring. They're not worth buying. I know that because I am still buying comic books. And that doesn't make me a hypocrite to analyze it and say it's not worth buying. That doesn't mean I'll renew my subscriptions. And eventually I'm clearing out my box very slowly. Just the amount of things I need to buy and purchase right now is ridiculously through the roof. Anything from 2 hard drives to a car battery to financing a house. None of this is like I can just go and do it by snapping my fingers and wiggling my ass. I got to go out and put effort on this. I'm job hunting in the fields that I'm qualified for. No more of this Obama economy crap where we have to go and take whatever job comes at us. No, we go into fields that require us because they need us. And that makes me feel good. And I hope you have that same sense of pride for whatever job and the skills and experience you have from that job or training, such as college, graduate school, getting a PhD, or military training, or technical on-the-job experience. They need you now, not you need them. They need you, and they will pay you, just like they're going to pay me for my expertise. So I think that's pretty cool, and I will I will definitely get a job in the video game field of arcade. My dream is not to get rich, but it comes with
getting into drugs and being high is a stupid thing to do. But being in control and saying no, it's not the easiest thing to do. Being original and take a stand, you are free to say no. Don't let a friend push you in. Taking drugs, you got a right to say no. Being original and take a stand, you are free to say no. Don't let a friend push you in. Taking drugs. You know, getting into drugs and being high is a real stupid thing to do. Being original, say no to peer pressure. Say no may be the smartest thing you ever do. You got a right to say no. You got a right to say no. Right to say no.
wealth comes with being good at what you know how to do. So, yeah, I know there's like complaints about people like Robert Cringely and Leo Laporte and stuff, John C. Dvorak, but I'm going to point out something to you about their wealth comes from their success. They found something that they could do, they did it. They got family members who do the same thing. So that's cool. That's a good positive and everything. So with comic books, though, I'm getting the impression here everyone wants to be the next Todd McFarlane or Rob Liefeld or something like that. Neil Gaiman, Grant Morrison, whatever. And I don't sense a love in the comics anymore. That's why I buy mostly Disney comics. I do sense a love there. I smell an agenda. I'm not going to say which political persuasion, but I do sense an agenda being pushed in comics that is just not good for reading. See Razor Fist's Rageaholic podcast or YouTube channel for what I'm getting at. I'm just not seeing it with comics. I'm not. Deadpool and Suicide Squad are both mediocre movies. Batman vs. Superman, I mean, come on. They release an expanded edition that like adds an extra, half hour or something? How about a 90-minute fast-paced action movie? Just wondering. Just throwing it out there. But outside of the movies, yeah, I haven't been enjoying the Turtles comics I've been reading. I haven't been enjoying. In fact, I canceled my subscriptions to Superman, Batman, Detective Comics, Action Comics. I even didn't renew my subscription to Heavy Metal, which I really thoroughly enjoyed growing up. It's become stagnant. Everything's become stagnant in comics, and I don't really think the readership is there anymore. Mad Magazine is unreadable. Completely unreadable. Graphic novels, all these story arcs, all this is all crap that came out after 1997 with Heroes Reborn and about the time DC did what was it? I don't know. Batquake, Earthquake in Gotham, whatever. That storyline. Yeah, these are 20-year-old problems that they haven't been able to resolve. I am tired of these so-called story arcs. I'm tired of them. Part 1 of 4 or whatever. And then later they print it out in a cheap trade paperback. That's actually what it's called. That's not a graphic novel. There's a distinct difference. Arkham Asylum is a graphic novel. A trade paperback is where they take 4 issues of whatever you like to read and slap it together. And then there's some crossover in between. Like the complete Frank Miller Batman is both a graphic novel and a trade paperback. I'm tired of people analyzing characters, talking to me as if they have some part of their destiny or whatever. These are fictitious characters made by people to make a living. Essentially, they lie for a living. But we don't call it lying because they're telling us a story. But the story holds no relevance in the actual scheme of the way the world works. It doesn't matter if Harley Quinn gets than it does any more than if Harley Quinn went ahead, decided to give up a life of crime, and decided to teach kindergarten children how to do things right. So I gave you the pornography, and I gave you the vulgar. I just called teaching kindergarten kids vulgar. I didn't mean vulgar. I meant the virtuous. Either way, though, if you get what I'm saying bluntly, very, very nasty and blunt right there, but if you understand what I'm saying here, whether they go porn or whether they go virtuous, it doesn't matter. It simply doesn't matter anymore. Video games is where that interactive entertainment picks up. That's why people like the younger generations like things like Fuckbook and Shitter and all these other social services, is that they can interact and cause an instant dynamic right there. They can piss someone off, they can get pissed off. They can feel angst, they can put their angst on someone else, so forth and so on. Instant gratification and whatever. Now, we know that people are going on, what is it, like these things, what's it called? Chat roulette or whatever. South Park made fun of it. Like, they kept having Cartman and someone else kept clicking on these things, and it kept being a guy. And it's like every single guy they clicked on was sitting there. It's like, holy cow. And, you know, did South Park actually hit on something at that particular time that made sense? I think so. Because when I go and I go check these things out, it seems like I'm nothing but bombarded with these mostly male morons going there. And I don't know who wants to be naked in front of a computer, this technological marvel, and they're sitting there. And I assume that women do the same thing, because obviously there's I've stumbled on this website a few times. What's it called? You know, like I typed in once at work. Me and my boss, we typed in. So, you know, could it be that they're not having that instant gratification that a pornography site offers, or a video streaming service offers? That's why video games and these social services are at a higher peak in popularity and usage than someone going and buying a comic book. Would issues sell through the roof, and would it get a lot of publicity if Harley Quinn for the rest of the issue? Absolutely, issues would shoot through the roof. There would be people of the Marxist persuasion screaming that, yeah, you know, that's this ist and that ist and this ism and that ism, whatever. All their words lost meaning in the last few weeks. And then you have the on the other spectrum, oh, that is just nasty, 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 nasty. And you know what I find out about people who are the far right or the far left? They both go to the same sex store to get their, if you get what I mean by that. So it doesn't matter if they go the pornography route for issue sales. Yes, the issues will spike. They might have to make a second printing, and there'll forever be a firestorm that comic books are evil. You know, that's what happened. I recently watched, someone had the decency to take from C-SPAN's video archive. I never thought about just watching it through the Wii. But, or Wii U. And they took it from their video archive, and they went ahead, and I watched the whole congressional hearings on video game violence from 1994. And that's exactly what's ever happened. And then they went more extreme. At least in Japan, we know there's probably video games out there where a person does plays dress up and everything. I've seen that in the two import games that I have. One was sent to me, the other I went ahead and bought. I mean, that's exactly the direction that video games have gone. If not, they've gone the other way. Gore. So that. Where do comics go? Well, no one's buying them. I can tell you that much. I've talked year after year after year. This is more than a decade-old problem. Comics are dead. D-E-A-D. Dead. Nobody wants to read them. Not, don't put them digital or whatever. How to get people to read comics? Well, first off, that price has got to come way, 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 way down. Shock value, like a lewd Harley Quinn, is not going to cut it. A lewd Superman, no. But that does remind me of a joke. Superman is flying with a super boner, and as he's flying with his super boner, he sees Wonder Woman laying on the beach, stark naked, spread eagle, and moaning to an orgasm. So Superman thinks to himself that he can take advantage of this. So he flies in there, has himself a super quickie, and flies away all satisfied. The big gust of wind, washes over Wonder Woman, and she goes, "What the hell was that?" And Invisible Man goes, "I don't know, but my ass sure hurts." All right, there's your joke. My problem with telling jokes is I tend to either be too short or I spread it out all the time. Like, here's a dirty joke about Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman goes, when he was a kid, this is not true. This is a part of the joke. When he was a kid, he used to say, "Not today, maybe tomorrow." So this girl goes up to Pee Wee and goes, "Pee Wee, let's say he's in 8th grade. Okay. Pee Wee, I want to come to your house."
Let's go racing! It's Super Mario Kart Funny Car Madness! Only on Super NES! Turn the track into a giant mud pit! Or burn rubber on ice, wood, or asphalt! Mix it up with the big boys! See Bowser and his Bigfoot dropping truck! See Yoshi's go-kart really go! Mushrooms, banana peels, turtle shells! Dynamite! Check your rear view and make him eat dust! Or go into battle mode and ruin his day! 2 speed! Fast and way too fast! It's 2-player fun on the split screen! Only for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System! Now when you're playing with power, superpower!
Now, two can play the games of the Super NES Super Scope, Yoshi Safari, and Metal Combat Falcon's Revenge. So to prepare yourself, you might want to consider some basic training exercises.
To study. Well, not today, maybe tomorrow. Ha-ha. Whatever he said. That's Mickey Mouse who does the ha-ha, I think. I don't know. Maybe they both do. And she goes, "Pretty please?" "Okay." Then they get into Pee Wee's room. And she strips naked and goes, "Pee Wee, get naked and lay on top of me." And he goes, "Not today, maybe tomorrow." And she goes, "Pretty please?" He goes, "Oh, okay." So he's doing it, and he's doing the dirty deed. And Pee Wee's mother walks in and goes, "Pee Wee, get off of that girl right this minute." He goes, "Not today, maybe tomorrow." All right. Dumb joke. Okay, here's one. I'm sure there's more to this joke than what I know. Okay. So, there's, where does this joke go? No, not the brains joke. That's from Leisure Suit Larry 3. Okay, so, there's this old guy walks into a bar, and there's a dollar bill laying on the bar. So he takes the bar and he hears this: "I'm the ghost of Michael Mabel. Please put that dollar back on the table." So he jumps out the window and breaks his neck. Now, I want to stop right there. When I was a kid, all these jokes ended, or not ended, but had somebody jump out the window and break their neck. I don't know why. That's just how we were told. Okay. So this old lady walks in, and she sees the dollar bill there. So she picks it up. And the voice goes, "I'm the ghost of Michael Mabel. Please put that dollar back on the table." So she jumps out the window and breaks her neck. Okay. So this kid walks in. He takes the dollar and puts it in his pocket. And he hears, "I'm the ghost of Michael Mabel. Please put that dollar back on the table." He goes, "Well, I'm the ghost of Davy Crockett, and I just put the dollar in my pocket." And he walks out. All right. I'm sure there's more dumber jokes. It's the older I've gotten, I forget the jokes. The older I get. If someone can jog my memory, I'll tell jokes. And I'm not here to tell jokes, like a Seinfeld joke. Like why is everyone shushing at the tennis? What's up with the scoring? It's 15 love. It's 30 love. 30 love sounds like a British escort. I'll be 30 love. That's from an actual episode of Seinfeld. So, back to comic books. And Seinfeld likes Superman. It's unreadable tape. I can't I can't read it anymore. I used to be able to. I used to be able to tolerate. I really did. I really did like comic books a whole lot. And now, I don't know, I'm looking at my collection like, do I even want to own these comics anymore? And this discussion comes up quite frequently in the household about selling the comics. Keeping, maybe a few long boxes of actual stuff, like all the Disney comics and Turtles comics and stuff like that. But the rest of the shit ain't worth keeping. None of it. That's exactly what it is. It's shit. A lot of the stuff I bought because I thought it'd be interesting or whatever, and I have no love for it anymore. None. And it's weird. It's weird to do that to comics when there was a time I would have taken every comic book thrown at me, and now I'm extremely picky. And that's probably how I'm going to be going into my life in the near future. If I have children, they'll only read Disney comics. If they're still being published by then. There's no exception to that. Strictly Disney and Cartoon Network comics. Scooby-Doo, Teen Titans, whatever. Teen Titans Go, I need to specify there. And that's it. That really is it. There's no other way to go about that with me. And comic books. It's a shame that it's come down to this because I'm a huge fan of comics, but when there hasn't been anything for me to read in 5, maybe 8 years. Nothing that made me stop and say, "Oh, I enjoyed this issue," or "I enjoyed that issue." And the best part is happens to be the cover, like a Greg Horn cover from Marvel. Emma Frost, that was a title my wife used to read, and I would read it by proxy because it's in the house. And wow, I mean, the cover, which was done by Greg Horn, certainly didn't match the quality of story within. Greg Horn is a pretty good artist there, very good actually, of these female figures and stuff like that. But wow, it was a whole marked difference. A wholly marked difference when I go in there. And I've always told everyone I like the way Jim Lee draws, Mark Silvestri draws, Brandon Peterson draws, Jerry Ordway draws, Dan Jurgens and Brett Breeding together. Or, what's his name? Was his name Chris Allen, who used to do Turtles for Archie? I like that kind of art, and when you find out what that kind of art is, it's this clean, distinctive style. Ben Dunn, Fred Perry. Well, Fred Perry's gotten more sketchier the older he's gotten, but overall, Ben Dunn, Fred Perry, Pat Lee. These are all the way I like art done. When I was a little kid, I used to like the way, little, not really that little, like 9, 10. 11. I used to like the way Ken Mitchroney drew things in Ninja Turtles and Ren and Stimpy later. But it is a cartoony style. I don't hate the art style Archie is usually stuck through, but it's not really my style. No, my favorite has still got to be Jim Lee's distinctive style of art. I don't know where it came from or how it came about, but to me it really is pleasurable to my eyes when I see that kind of style employed throughout comic books. Now, it's just I can't bring myself to buy it, even if these guys were drawing or anything like that. It's just not possible anymore. I just don't find the value in the titles. That's the problem. And if I can't find value in the titles, how can I possibly want to invest in the titles then? Yes? I mean, that makes sense, right? How can I want to invest in the titles? Investment. I mean, $3.99, and I don't know how to put it. Comic books should not be, really, they need to be $1. So I already addressed that. $1 on newsprint. They need to stop taking themselves so seriously. They're not the cash cows they think they are. I'm tired of this glamorization of these limp-wristed idiots who are a bunch of nerds or whatever saying that this is how everyone should be. It's not. It's not cool, and nobody needs to be a nerd. Just be yourself. Holy shit, fuck. I mean, I can't stand it. What was supposed to be non-conformity is conformity. You know, and you got people saying, you know, being a guy in a three-piece suit is the counterculture. Holy cow. Holy cow, what the hell happened here? Everyone needs a swift kick in the ass, I guess. I don't know. In comic books especially. I just can't bring myself to buy one. And all the comic books we subscribe to at the house are for my wife. The only thing I subscribe to is Otaku USA, I think it's called. That's it. That's the only thing I subscribe to, and that's with reluctance. I mean, everything I liked is gone. Everything. You know, the world isn't supposed to be this unstable whatever. You know, it was really nice for a little while when it was just Wii, PS3, and Xbox 360. And obviously DS and PSP. Things were really nice there for a little while, and then, you know, things started to go in flux again. You know, it made a lot of sense when, to a lot of people, the world was, when I was a child, to them, it was Super Nintendo and Genesis. My entire middle school years, the junior high grades, was Super Nintendo Genesis. So it made a lot of sense. You know, there was DC, Marvel, and then, you know, there's the independents. Shifting gears, I want to readdress some things. And I have everything Super Mario to thank for this. What I thought would be a shitty idea may actually be a golden idea.
The Martians are coming! Yes, and Mario is your only hope. Team up with him in Super Mario Land. Guide him on the Nintendo Game Boy. Challenge the mysteries and terrors of ancient Egypt. Battle all the horrors of the deep. Master lots of weird worlds to give Mario a happy ending and make your world a better place. Super Mario Land and other exciting games for Game Boy. Nintendo, now you're playing with power. Portable power.
Obey me, Wario. I am your master. Mario is your enemy.
The wicked imposter Wario has cast an evil spell over Mario Land.
Don't let Mario get the 6 golden coins. Don't let Mario reach the palace.
This is the biggest, most dangerous, most challenging Game Boy adventure yet.
Obey Wario. Destroy Mario.
Don't fall under Wario's evil spell in Super Mario Land 2, only on Game Boy.
Yeah, and here it is. Here it absolutely is. My idea is you can contact me at coffeeforbinky@gmail.com. That's COFFEE, the number 4, BINKY @gmail.com. What I'm guaranteeing is this. If you have a VHS tape, and I'm looking at all my VCRs here, can play it somehow, I will make, to the best of my ability, a 4 by, I don't know, what am I saying 4 by? It will be a proper 4x3 screen, but I will make for $15 for the transfer. 20. No, I like that. $15 per transfer. No, I don't make any money then. Shit. Because the tapes. Well, that's the thing. If someone sends me a box full of tapes, it's $15 a tape. And before I start the transfer, it has to be paid for already. If not, I just send the money back. And not everything can be transferred because of the deplorable condition of VHS. But what I'm trying to offer here is a service, an actual service here. If somebody wants their VHS tapes, the most I will do is I will put it in a digital format. And that format is 1920 by 1440 if it's pan and scan. Even regardless of the way the tape is, obviously, what speed, SP, LP, EP, VP. And I don't do original movies or anything like that. I mean, these have to be off-air recordings that people made, or home movies or something like that. And then what I do is I burn it to a DVD in a H.264.mp4 file. That's at 6400 kbps. So that's what I'm offering is a VHS transfer service. So that way people can have this, and I'll break them up. Each file will only be an hour long, no more, of the tape. Verbatim of the tape. They'll be sliced exactly at 1 hour. So that way if strung back together, it looks good. So these are taken, they're an hour, they might take a handful of discs, the tapes get returned and everything. It's $15 a tape, I think, if sent in bulk. If not, it's got to be $20 a tape, because that's just the reason for that is it's nearly $13 for me to mail, and then I got other things to consider there, and it's all got to be done through PayPal. And I don't know why I'm stuttering through this. I thought this plan out and everything. So I'm gonna recap here. You can send me the tape, and I'll let you know. I'll give you a case number, so to speak, or a transfer number, so to speak. And each tape gets a transfer number depending on the length of tape. Send me a 6-hour tape, and it's all EP, and it's not playing right. I got to put some effort into here. So, what I want to do is let people know it takes 1 hour takes over a day to encode. So a 6-hour tape is going to take me about 2 weeks to do. And if I don't know how big or how quickly someone needs something. If time is of the essence, you have to pay for it. And come on, you don't want to pay $100 just to have me get the tape out faster for you. And I only can do so much. And right now, due to my hard drive space, mainly I have to use a USB drive for the tape, a high-speed one. Luckily, I have such a thing, and I can put the tape on there and everything. But, I don't know how big these MP4s are going to be right now. So you can contact me about it. And the whole idea is to make YouTube a cleaner, better, high-resolution place. If something is letterboxed or whatever, I crop everything for you so everything looks nice and everything. And if something is letterboxed, I'm going to go ahead and put it at either 720 or 1080p. Again, at 6400 kbps. And now, if those are too big to contain at least 1 hour on a 4.7 gigabyte disk, I'll just have to figure something else out. It's a damn shame that optical technology is behind right now in pricing and availability. I know Blu-ray recording's coming down in price. That would mean I have to buy a Blu-ray drive in order to make a Blu-ray recording. These aren't meant to be played on DVD players. If somebody wants that, where they can play it on a DVD player, I can make it with no menus. Why? I don't want to learn how to make menus on DVD. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it. I don't. So if a person wants the material transferred onto a regular DVD for playback, I can do that. And that'll be an extra $5 a disc. depending on how they want it. If they want 1 hour per disc, I can do that. If they want the whole shebang, I can do that. So let me give you an example. I made a transfer at 1 hour. Also, let me rephrase the 1 hour thing. Let's say that there's like some garble at the beginning of the tape, but then the show ends after an hour. I won't cut it at exactly an hour. I will cut it at the end of the credits, or maybe the start of the next segment. So, but I'm going to say 1 hour. So say I have that. It's actually more like 1 hour and 3.5 minutes. Okay, that's cool. And they want me to put that, but they want me to put the whole tape on the disc. Well, and that's just an extra $5 for the disc. If they want me to take all 6 hours or 5 segments or something, then it's, again, $5 per disc used. This is all stuff that people need to specify to me and tell me what they have before ever sending it out to me. And again, you can contact me for this service at COFFEE, the number 4, BINKY at gmail.com. The busier I stay, the more VCRs I can buy, the more better equipment I can buy, such as, just such as whatever the hell I need. There's a way to break down signals and all that stuff out of VCR so we can get a better transfer. But I do want to offer that so YouTube can be people, not just on YouTube, but on all other services, people can have better transfers. Transfers they can be proud of. So I think that's the way it's going to break down, is if it's one tape, I'll have this all set up later. If it's one tape right now, it's $20. And then $5 to put it onto a standard DVD. Well, see, I gotta put it on DVDs. So DVDs, I guess, what is it, $1 a disc? So it's $1 a disc plus the $15 on top of the transfer. And then it takes one day takes 1 hour to encode in HD, even though the original material in it may not be in HD. So I just want people to know that. And then if someone has a bigger order or whatever, you will all get your numbers and everything. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. All right, I think that's enough for today. So that's coffeeforbinky@gmail.com. If anyone wants to take me up on this offer, let me know. I don't do it for free. Sorry, I don't. But I will do it. I will help. If you have 2 tapes, it's $15 each. If it's one...
You don't stop playing because you get old. But you could get old if you stop playing. Game Boy from Nintendo.
Killer game from Nintendo. Dr. Mario. Wow. But it ain't what you think. You get to zap these viruses. And with 2 players, you can actually trash the other guy. Remember, kids, try this at home. Hey, you can get it for Game Boy, too.
One tape, it's $20 each. It's $1 a disc for the transfer. Or if you want it in regular DVD format, that's $5 per disc. So that's the reason I do that, let me explain that. By the way, my email, COFFEE, number 4, BINKY at gmail.com. Coffeeforbinky@gmail.com. The reason I do that, $5 for a regular DVD disc that will play in any player, is it's plain and simple why. You can do it yourself. I'm giving you data on the $1 disc. Data. Not Mr. Data from Star Trek. I'm giving you a data, a .mp4 file. So if you can't make a DVD out of that, then yeah, I have to charge you $5. Okay. Prices will probably go up or down, depending. The more I get, the prices can actually go down. That's the way I see it. That's the economics I was taught. Okay. All right. If you all like that, then that's cool. If you don't like that, then, well, I guess you won't take advantage of the service. All right. Okay. Bye-bye. No, that's bye-bye. Have a good day. Bye-bye.